going live.
And we are live. Just
We're going live.
Wow, you wrecked the stream in record time. Record time. That's a new record for you. And the crowd goes crazy. Way to go. Wrecking the stream.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my mother, my father, and my sisters. So I realized I should probably put the right thing.
I just want to thank
2 seconds.
I want to just thank Tom Brady and no one else.
Did you see, and I'm assuming that this is true because I saw it in a couple different places, and it's April 2nd today, that Tom Brady is renting Derek Jeter's place in Tampa?
I saw that. How is he going to get by with a place that small?
What day is it again? Today is Thursday, the April the 2nd, 2020.
Yes,
a year that we wish we didn't see so clearly now.
Yep. It's just Neil Peart died, and then everything went downhill from there. Just that's kind of how the year went. So what day is it again? Some people are now posting on Facebook what day it is, just to remind everybody, because
in the morning thread I post, I intentionally post what day it is because I know I get confused too.
Yeah.
It's Thursday. Today was Thirsty Thursday, and seltzer's just as good as water.
Yes, it is. So
Robbie and Corey.
Robbie's here. I got Corey here. Beer 30 on Hump Day. Yes, it is. And so so both of us ordered some of those quick play games last night.
Yes.
And I got the let me see. I did a video last night. I did a video on the hockey game.
Oh, Mark, because he's I don't know if he's watching or not. Blackhawks was one word. Till the 80s. It wasn't.
Yeah. I don't know if it's one or it was one or two, and then it changed.
It's now two, but it was one.
Yeah, so there was a time that it was one or the other. So, what jersey is that? You're gonna have to guess. I'm not gonna tell you. Larry, good to see you, buddy. I kept thinking it was Wednesday all day. Yeah.
Last week Dave's going, I gotta do the Game House tomorrow, and this was on last Monday.
On Monday, and he's like, yeah.
And I'm going, you're doing the Game House on Tuesday? Oh, tomorrow's Tuesday? Yes.
Yeah, I'm all messed up. Yep. Actually, the girl that cuts my hair, the woman, she's my age, she cuts my hair, says, yep, we might have to hold off on that for a while. She goes, I can't even get, stuff I need. I'm like, oh boy. So, yeah, so it's absolutely crazy. But anyway, so I was playing the game. I'm really liking these Roberto Schiavone. They look great. They play very similar, and they're simple, and they're fun. And that hockey, I ended up doing a video for the hockey game last night. That Killed the Power Play. That's the name of the video, and the name of the game. And I went over the 4 ways you can play the game. And I had a game between the 70 Blackhawks and the 70 Montreal Canadiens. I had just some sample stuff with them, and boy, it's just so fun, the different ways you can play that. So I ended up grabbing all the seasons that he had for the NHL that were post original 6. So I think I got 67 to 73. That's what he had. He had like 5
first expansion era. All right. Get closer to the camera, Rob. Okay, I can do that. There
we go. These TV shows remember what day it is. That's funny. And yes, Corey is correct. The Portland Pirates of the American Hockey League. In fact, at one point I'll break out the dark version. That there was a black version of that my hockey team actually wore. We ordered them right from the team, and we all wore them with our names and numbers. They were gorgeous. They were really gorgeous jerseys at the time. Yeah. So I grabbed the home one just for myself to have. We never ever did get the home jerseys, but we played entire couple of seasons with the Portland Pirates jersey. We had by far the best jerseys in the league, by far. And so I did a video last night showing how I play the game. I hate to call it a tutorial video because I probably made a bunch of mistakes, but Roberto saw it. He said he liked it. He didn't point out anything I did wrong. I enjoyed playing the game, and I actually did a Stanley Cup Finals. Did a quick replay of the Stanley Cup Finals, and let's see, Montreal took the first 2 in Chicago. Chicago took the next 2 in Montreal. So the series was tied 2-2, and then it was back to Chicago where Montreal won again. So all the road teams won the first 5 games, and then and there were 2 overtime games, and then finally Game 6 went to overtime, and Montreal won it at home, and they won the cup 3-2, I think the score was. But yeah, but it was kind of cool that
they should.
Yeah, That was fun. That was a fun playthrough. It really was. That's a fun game. I like how they have the different options, and so it's not just a quick play game. There's a couple things you can do. So I have a whole bunch of stuff for him now. I got the golf game now. It's the 6 dice golf game, or the dice golf game that I have. And then I have I forget what it's called. I don't know if I have it over here, but it's 6 dice tennis. So he sent me the tennis game. He wants me to do a review on the tennis game, so I'll do that for him. I also picked up the World Hockey Association, so I can play some World Hockey Association with that hockey game. I have the football game, Any Forgiven Sunday, so I have that. And I forget what the golf game is called.
Heroes of the Majors.
Yeah, Heroes of the Major. I think you're correct. So I have that, and what's kind of neat about that is it gives you the option of playing by the round or by the hole. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the first 3 rounds, and it would, per your suggestion, is play the first couple of rounds and then like eliminate a bunch of people. So it's just one roll. One roll. You look at the guy's rating for round 1, and then it gives you a score. And then round 2 has a different rating, and you roll. So then I'll eliminate some people, and then maybe by the time I get to the 4th round, maybe I'll take like the top 12 or 16 golfers and go hole by hole. And that should be fun.
That should be about ideal.
Yeah. Now, is that how the play games does that? The History Maker Golf I think you can.
Yeah, I believe that's pretty similar. I know that Tenacious Earl, when he does his thing, I think picks 12 to 16 players and plays it hole by hole on Sunday.
So I think I'll do that. I'll whittle it down, and again, it'll be my modified rule. So I'll whittle it down to maybe 4 foursomes, and then I'll play them hole by hole. That could be a lot of fun. And then the tennis, we were just talking off air about how the tennis plays.
That looks fun.
That was, I mean, all these games are very similar, and they're pretty. I don't want to say easy to play, but they make a lot of sense when you read it. It's like, wow, okay, I can picture this in my mind, you know. See demos. Let's see. When they start winning, let me see. I think back in the day, the home team wore the dark jerseys, like way back in the day.
Used to be.
And what ended up happening was, this is the story that I heard, okay? The story that I heard is that it was hard for the visiting team to keep the white jerseys clean while traveling. Now, this was something probably back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and maybe even the 70s. So, I mean, they said it was hard to keep the white jerseys clean when you're on the road traveling. So they made the switch, and I want to say they made that switch in in 1970, the Bruins were dark at home. And then when they won it in 72, they were dark on the road. So somewhere between 70 and 71, they made the switch so that the home team would wear white and then the away team wore dark. And then, probably 8 or 9 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe?
After the lockout, they went back.
Which year was that? What year was that?
04, 05, I think.
Okay, so then they did that from 70, where the home team was white, all the way up to 04, and then they flipped it back again, because obviously now the laundry is not that big of a deal anymore with our modern convenience.
And I think that was just more of a throwback to the way it used to be, nostalgia to get people back in there. Well, look, you grew up watching the Bruins in dark at home, wearing black at home. Let's have them wear black again at home.
I still like the white at home.
Oh, so do I. Because
I grew up with that. And,
Montreal have these, I've got a bunch of now quote unquote home jerseys, and every time I look at it, it's a road jersey.
Yeah.
Patrick Waugh, I have the Waugh retro jersey. He wore that on the road. He didn't wear that at the Forum. He wore that at home.
I like the white jersey. I going up to the Forum, Bruins in black, Montreal white. I like that. And tabletop time. Portal, thanks for coming in. Yeah, 0304. Could you? Oh, Islanders. I like the Islanders. Oh, I'm seeing some Strat on there too. Nice. I finished up my Strat project. I think it was last week. I finished up the 71-72 Stanley Cup Finals. Boston took it in 5 games. Okay, and I used the utility, the Strat utility with my cards. I love that utility, Ron. I always talk about that.
Yes.
And what I do is I have this thing here. Okay, this is it's a little piece of wood, but it's got the slats. Okay.
3 different lines.
Yeah, and I got that at a craft store before they shut down. And so I stick all the cards in there, and I just put like two of them here, and I can fit all the forward cards. It's the 3 lines in there, and then I have the defense just laying on the table, the 4 defense on each side, and the goalies are off to the side or whatever. But yeah, so I have those all spread out right here on the table, and I have the utility. The utility rolls the dice, utility flips the cards, utility keeps the score. It does everything for me. And I just reference the cards when it tells me to, and I love that utility. I really do. As much as I like rolling my own dice and playing Strat on the table, the utility, just the idea
yes,
keeping the stats when it's like all like that, and it's all nice and clean, and you're not flipping cards. It's all here. It's like I like that setup for me. And you can stream it too. I've streamed that utility many times, and you can follow along in the game and the whole bit. So Larry says eliminator rounds. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I got to figure out how many golfers I have. I'd like them all to play at least the first round, because if it's only going to be one roll, it's easy to jot down the scores, and then maybe I scoop off 10 the first round, and then play the next round, scoop off 10, and then after the third round I whittle it down to 16 or something like that. But I think that could be fun doing something like that. The golf game, then I got the tennis game there, and I got a football game, and I think that's about it. Is those ones right there. But if it goes well, I'm gonna keep reviewing the games and doing the videos. I had fun doing that video last night. I really did.
Good.
Yep. So I tried to go live. For some reason I couldn't connect to YouTube last night. So I said, oh, that'd probably be better. I'll just tape it. And actually the second taping come out better. And it's actually I think it's in 1080 when you tape it too. When you go live, I don't think you get that.
Yeah, the StreamYard isn't 1080.
No, I was just using my other one there. I think it's 1080 when I stream, but I don't know. It always looks better when I tape it and then upload it.
Yeah, I'm 1080 on Twitch. YouTube was supposed to throttle because so many people are using so much data, but I haven't been able to. There hasn't been any video that I've clicked that I haven't been able to choose.
Maybe it's certain
quality that I want.
It depends. A lot of times I watch just on my iPad or my phone, so it's very low quality anyway. Once in a while I'll be on the TV or the computer like I am right now.
Oh, so Baseball Devils brings up a point. I saw this. I saw the link for CNBC. It's supposed to be Tiger and Mickelson along with Brady and Manning.
Oh, really?
Doing a golf match. And I suppose you could do that in a place where you wouldn't need a lot of people.
Right.
How are you doing, Chris? And that would be just kind of interesting to have some live sports. The iRacing NASCAR event on Fox drew 900,000 last weekend for television.
Really? People are starving. They're really starving.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. And I heard that they were gonna maybe do a golf thing like that. So that could be kind of fun. So, but I saw Tabletop's got the Pirates going. I got the Pirates behind me over here.
Yeah.
So got a lot of buckos going on right now. And so so you know what I decided to do, Ron, and I haven't
besides shop for that god awful pineapple pizza.
Yeah, I got the pineapple pizza. At least I didn't have to wait outside. Some of the grocery stores are making you wait outside now. It's really, and all the stores now have all these squares. It feels like you're playing chess. It's like, okay, you can go here and you can go
CVS
here.
CVS had that last week at the pharmacy. There were strips of tape 6 feet apart.
It's really wow. It's just such a different world out there right now, and I just I just hope we can go back to normal someday.
Just the changes between last Friday or 2 Fridays ago and last Friday at that CVS. I mean, there was plexiglass in front of everybody. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to put a mask on to go out. My wife now is being required to wear a mask all the time at work. Her face is broken out. Yep, the iRacing itself is pretty awesome, personally. What changes do we have this week as opposed to last week? It's the only time that, except for the.
What I heard over here is that they're shutting down the parking lots to the beaches because they're afraid people are going to go to the beach. There's a friend of mine in town that's a police officer, and I just sent him a message. Says, please open the little hockey rink that we have here in town so I can just go play by myself. I'll just play by myself. I'll have no one else there. I won't touch anything. I'll just shoot my ball and skate around. I just want to play some hockey just by myself, like when I was a kid, when you did as a kid. Well, he's I just want to do that. I just want to skate. I can't really do that. I don't have a big enough driveway to play. My street is so terrible. I couldn't skate on my street.
And I'm sure because he works for a car parts store. It's the new normal. And that happened last week, and he said down there. And you guys are supposed to peak on the 14th for cases. That's the latest projection. So,
yeah, we got to go. I think we're the 14th down here.
We're peaking. Supposedly, we're peaking a week from the night on the 9th.
Yeah, we're the week after that, and hopefully that'll settle some things down. Hopefully everybody comes out. I mean, I'm hoping all this stuff we're doing, I hope it's paying off.
Oh, I think it's done wonders.
I mean, we won't know for quite some time, but boy, all you hear is the doom and the gloom. It's like, well, why are we doing this? If it's doom and gloom, we'll just go,
Because if we didn't, it would be so much worse.
That's what they keep saying. Saying.
We've got the second nursing home that was hit up here, and 8 more there tested positive. And so a woman that used to take care of me, she's a cook up there. She's scared pretty witless right now.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, not a friend of mine, but a friend of a friend who I'm friends with. Yeah, this guy I know in St. Louis, and his friend is another gamer, friended me many years ago. We just talk on Facebook, and he's got it. And he's home, and he says he's just waiting it out at home. He's having a little trouble breathing from time to time, but they think he can just recover right at the house. So good for him. And he's not happy. He's not in a good place right now, but neither is he fighting for his life.
That's good.
So, but he was saying that he's got it. He's sitting at home and the whole bit. So, and there's a lot.
Well, we're the largest in the city in the state. 6 or 7 here in the city.
So so again, it's what day is it again?
Today is Thursday, April the 2nd, 2020.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch, so you be in touch.
Yeah. So again, we want to give a shout out. I don't want to keep picking on the same person here because there's a lot of other places that could use the business too. But for in the short term here, we've been going to sportsreplays.net, and we've been checking out the Roberto Schiavone games, and Ron's picked up a lot of the Olympic stuff. He has a lot of crazy stuff. That's what's kind of fun. Now,
Everything.
I picked up the normal stuff. I picked up the 4 major sports, or the couple major sports, and did a hockey video. I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to be playing some golf and the whole bit. But Ron's got all the Olympic stuff, and we were talking, and Ron had a terrific idea because he's got all the Olympic sports, or some a lot of the Olympic sports, and he was going to try to do some sort of a event. What are you going to call it, Ron?
I call it like a summer sports showcase. Like an Olympic event, but we can't call it that for copyright reasons.
And so he was. So we were talking about, how cool it would be. Now, would you guys watch it? Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that.
We know. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to, oh, Dave. Sorry, buddy.
No, he's got people close to him that are sick.
Oh, Dave, that sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that. It is terrible. And we got another Dave. Here's this guy here, local Dave. Hi, Dave. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the video sent me today. That was pretty funny. I got a good chuckle out of that. I needed a chuckle today. I didn't walk today. It was raining today. I was a little tired today. I was like, I'm not walking today. I took today off. So instead, I went to Stop and Shop at Shaw's or something and stood in line. That was fun. Let's see. What does he say here? Thursday was D&D shows on hiatus. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on that's on hiatus. Sean. Hi, Sean. Thanks for jumping in. And seriously, Olympics trademark? Maybe. Maybe.
I'm not going to take the chance. I mean, we danced around the Super Bowl, which we know is trademarked. Yeah. And so I just don't need to. I'm in the good graces right now of both YouTube and Twitch. We don't need to mess that up.
I just call it a showcase or an event, or you can come up with some creative name.
Summer sports showcase.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. So you guys watch Ron's. A lot of you guys watch Ron's channel. He does a lot of great stuff with the baseball and the football and the hockey. So if he were to do, I would peg it at like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes tops, maybe an hour, where he would do all these different events. So he could do like a running event and have like 5 or 10 minutes of a going around the track running event, and then maybe what else you get, like swimming.
So swimming, I'm getting next.
So then you could do. So then after that, it's okay. Hey, so so and so from Germany wins the racing event. So now let's go to poolside. So now he goes and he sets up and he does the pool and he does the last couple of laps of the pool event. And then hey, so and so from Czechoslovakia wins the pool event. And then he goes to another. So you could do like 4 or 5 events, maybe cap it at like 10 minutes per event. So you're not going to sit there and watch running or swimming for 45 minutes. You're not going to do that.
Or you're watching an Excel spreadsheet, regardless of what it is. So.
But I think it'd be fun if you picked so many events, you streamlined each event so you could get it down to 5 or 10 minutes, and then crown a winner and have your event, and then see all the countries like the Olympics that we can't talk about, who got how many medals and the whole bit. I think that'd be fun. Would you guys watch that? I would watch that. I totally would watch that.
Thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much.
No, the football game usually comes out around the draft. And wasn't the draft supposed to be April 23rd?
I thought they said it was. Yeah, it's coming out this month.
Yeah, I know it's coming out this month. I don't think it's out any earlier.
I just got the notification for the golf games coming up May 4th.
Is it?
Hopefully that's when we're getting let out of our houses over here, but we'll find out.
It was supposed to be out for Masters weekend, which would have been next weekend.
Everything's getting canceled and pushed back. So, but
right.
I don't know. I guess it all depends on what the golf game's going to have.
IOC owns pretty much everything.
Yeah. And so Dave said he would watch your events, Ron. I would watch that. So you got 2. Do you know what we should call it? Okay, hang on a second. Here's what we're gonna call it.
Okay, is this another long story, Ron? The word pineapple is going to appear on the screen, isn't it?
Remember this?
Yeah, I watched that with Gilda Radner and.
No, it had all the cartoon characters.
Oh, that's right, the Snagglepuss even.
Hong Kong Phooey, and it had all the cartoon characters doing the Olympics.
The Scooby, yeah. All the Hanna-Barbera.
That was so good. It's like the Laugh Olympics. They used to have like Battle of the Network Stars and all that stuff. And what was neat is you had people from different networks and they all came together for the show. I like that, because they crossed over. And the Laugh Olympics, I think, was the same thing where they had cartoons from different creators all come in and do this thing. And it was hilarious. And they had people cheating and stuff in the whole bit.
It was Dastardly and Muttley.
Yes. Dastardly and like, yeah. So the Laugh Olympics. High jump, stay left.
And yes, body painting is not an Olympic event.
Yeah, we're up in the air on that. I mean, if we need to squeeze a few more subs in before
I don't know. With the corona, I'm not sure. It's just gonna be you, and no one wants to watch that.
Oh, that's right, David. Yes, the wacky races. Yes. That was oh, Mark is beautiful. Look at the Rottens, the really Rottens.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot they had teams too. Yes. Oh, the Laugh Olympics. Ron, there it is. It's the Laugh Olympics, and you got to come up with teams too.
They're gonna it's gonna be straightforward. We're gonna have the USA versus those dastardly Soviets again.
Oh, all right. That might be funny. Robbie says he would watch. I would watch that too. That would be great.
Midget goat blending.
I saw that. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I want to put that up.
Okay, Chris. Chris has been sniffing too much of the antifreeze at Federated.
So I got all the WHA seasons, Ron, for that hockey game. So I think I might run some playoffs. I don't know if I'll do full seasons, but I think I might run some WHA playoffs. Oh, do you know what I did today too? I ended up.
Okay.
I went to hockeyreference.com and I actually screenshotted and printed out playoffs from like 66 to 76 in the NHL. So I have all the final standings in a playoff matchup. So if I want to go back and replay some playoffs, I have them all printed out, ready to go. So I'm getting ready to do some projects now. I really am. I'm trying to get back in that mode.
You put that over your bed and you look at it every night and worship those Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, that's so 1970s. Socialist approved food fight. I don't know. It was weird. There was so many people wearing masks in the store today. I was like, I felt uncomfortable with that. I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Is it the
Scooby Doobs?
Scooby Doobs. All right.
Russia's Olympic athletes go on strike too much because of labor dispute. They belong. Oh. Please try the veal. Tip your waiter. He'll be here all the week.
So what other events do you have? So you have the running and the swimming. I think would be good.
Running, anything that involves races. I don't want to do anything that's got judgments. I'm not sure, how you would do that.
Would it have archery?
He does have archery. I'd have to take a look. Oh, David. David. Oh.
There we go. That that's gotta hurt.
Oh.
That's gotta hurt. Hey, do you guys remember when Montreal won the Stanley Cup? I remember it like it was 30 years ago. Best show ever. Best quote ever. I'm gonna leave that up there the entire time. What is this game which we all speak?
It's part of the Roberto Schiavini's the track and field. So it's Central Lanes Athletics. He's got swimming, decathlon. He's got a decathlon game. So all the pretty track and field events. I probably will get the marathon stuff too.
What's the one that do you have javelin and stuff? That might be cool.
Yeah, that's all in that package I got. So
that would be fun.
Along with the high jump and the triple jump, we could certainly do all the Olympic track and field stuff. And I'm going to get the swimming, and that's probably what I would get because I want to be interested in that. And for the winter stuff, I'll get some more skiing and the luge and the bobsled. Like I said, anything that doesn't really require any judging to it would be there.
I got some of the early ice hockey Olympics, 20 through 36.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in 1920, it was a long time ago. 100 years ago.
100 years ago. Yeah.
100 years ago. Way back. And a long, long time ago.
I'll take your number 2, Monty.
So it has the teams in there. It's got a handful of teams. I'll tell you what teams it's got. Okay. So for teams, obviously it's got Canada, right? And the ratings on this thing. So I actually played a quick game last night. So where's early ice hockey Olympics? Okay. So here are the teams. Canada, Sweden, United States, Czechoslovakia, Switzerland, and Belgium. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, right? Nobody is going to touch Canada. It's not going to happen. I played Canada, Sweden, which is the closest team. Okay. It was 5-1. And Canada rolled a bad number, and they still won 5-1. There is nobody who's going to beat Canada. It is. So if you can picture this, the United States might be close. I'm not sure. So there's a A to Z rating, right? And then after Z, it goes like double A, double B, double C, the whole bit. Canada's rating is MM. So they're beyond Z, and they're already on to the next M, if you can believe it. That's the offense.
So you're telling me that Canada's ratings are mega melons?
Oh, they are. They are mega millions, yeah. Belgium and Switzerland are A. So that you go through the entire alphabet and then all the way to M, and that's the distance between Canada and Switzerland and Belgium. It's just not going to be pretty.
They're kind of in a range of years, so you can get current stuff, but he's pretty much into historical stuff. And it's usually for a lot of the sports is more than one Olympics. I mean, some of it's as Dave says, the hockey was from 20 to 36.
Although the United States has a higher rating than Canada, if you can believe it.
Really?
Offense. Yeah, I don't know why they do.
Kenny Castro.
United States actually has a chance to beat them. But yeah, so it's just I played the one game and they got destroyed. It was too funny. So Kenny here.
So Kenny here.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can. No, it's most of his stuff's older. He does have some newer stuff, But all the hockey I got is older stuff.
I mean, the NHL stuff is all pre-73, right?
Yeah, 73 and down. The golf I think ends at. I'm not sure when the golf ends at, because I got 96, 97, so I could have Tiger.
He's working on current stuff, but
he just said, I asked him about newer hockey stuff, and he says there's not a big demand for it. But if he started to sell some games and people ask for it, he might. So if I go to, okay, so Heroes of the Majors. So I get 98. So that's where it kind of runs off is I have 96, 97, 98. Let's see if I can get the golf game catalog pulled up to give you an idea of what he's got here. So available sets, 1934 to 1997. And he had 98 and he threw that in. So he must have a couple other ones on hand. But yeah, it doesn't get too much newer. Although the Ryder Cup goes all the way to 2018.
Right. And that's easy because it's only 10 players per side. So it's only 20 and it's only one weekend.
Yeah. So the Ryder Cup goes from 27 to 2018. World of Golf is all 70s. The LBGA is 60s, and all the regular golf stuff is, like I say, 34 to 97. So
I know the auto racing stuff is all current. The baseball stuff is all current. I haven't looked at the basketball. The Olympic stuff, he has stuff for Rio.
Drag racing goes to 2018. NASCAR goes to 2018. And he has like a lot of European championships from the 60s and 70s and stuff like that. But yeah, but if you like NASCAR or if you like some other stuff, yeah, that does go full length. American football, not soccer, but American football. He does have that From Mud to Glory game that does go up to 2018.
Yeah.
So that's there. Any Forgiving Sunday is another one that he has, and that goes, it's not every year, okay, but he's got 78, 79, and 98, 99, stuff like that, and then he's got all the way up to 2018, but it's not every year. Does have the USFL. That would be kind of fun to try.
I'd won you 85, I think. Demos, if there's a horse racing computer game, I'd like to see it because I'd have it. Starter's Orders is not really what I'm looking for. I have a couple board game versions too, and I think as long as there could be, not going to promise, but there could be, some sort of greatest horses tournament coming up too as we continue to go through, as I try to figure out what else it is I want to share. I mean, if people are going to watch me play stuff on Excel, I have a horse racing game for Excel. And you're right, David, once you get it right, he can produce any domain. I know that the track and field stuff is all based on the average time of that particular race. So it's not like Jesse Owens can run a 9,700, okay? Now, they might have normalized it so he could in some of the other things. It's based on what the average was for that particular Olympics. So the times are going to be good, or the distances thrown and the hammer and the shot put are going to be around what they should have been for that Olympics. I'm kind of excited to look at the results for the long jump in 68. And Dave's going, okay, put up the long story thing there because
no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, we're not going to be. I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
Okay, I'm going to leave this on here because it trashes the Habs. 68 was in Mexico City, and the altitude was high. It was, higher than Denver, so more like a mile and a quarter high. And Bob Beeman jumped 29 feet, and the record stood for, oh gosh, it was finally broken in 92 or 96 at a Worlds. It stood forever, but yeah, the first person ever to jump 29 feet in a long jump. And so that one would be curious to replay to see if he could do that again, because like Secretariat's record in the mile and a half, which he broke by 2.5 seconds at the 73 Belmont. I mean, you never thought that record was going to go. And so there's not a lot of records that of in track and field, but Bob Beeman is one that you should.
I'm looking at his the baseball game here. Spring Coming Baseball, it's called. A fast replay game, but not so fast. To tell you the truth, as you have to roll for each inning for each team to get the number of hits and runs. I like that. I do. That reminds me of the hit and run game. Was it the Mike Sealock game?
The Sealock game, and you liked that.
I liked the inning by inning. It was you roll the dice and you see what they got in the inning. I like that. I do. So I might have to pick up that baseball game at some point and play some World Series games. The game's €8, which I think is about $6 or $6.50 American. And
no, it's the other way around. It's about $9, $9.50 American. €38 was $45.
I thought I sent him less in euros, and the conversion went up. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but whichever. It's pretty close to $8. And the yearbooks are $1. The yearbooks are $1, so you give or take 50 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would, grab a couple of old seasons, do inning by inning. That would be kind of fun. So,
Robbie, you get hundreds of athletes. I think for the 100-meter dash for the men, I think you get the top 32. So theoretically, I could run quarterfinals, semis, and then the finals. And in some, it's just the relays. It's just 8. So literally, the one set of Olympic information I got was 55 pages, not for one Olympics, but but for the field events. So
that's pretty cool.
Literally hundreds of athletes. If you were a fan of the Jamaican bobsled team, for instance, we can run that race, or Eddie the Eagle, the ski jumper. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, and if you're Eastern European females athletes have records have stood there. Sergei Bubka, the pole vaulter. He's got a bunch of indoor stuff too. Yeah, baseball demos, starters or orders is more of a management sim, so it's not. I've got an Excel game that you can actually for horse racing that you can take the box score, the post race thing, plug them in, and rerun the race, which is how I'm going to do the whatever I do for horse racing. So
he's got the winter sports game. I'm looking at that right now. And what I like about his games play pretty similar. So if you've played one, you have a pretty good idea. So he's got the alpine ski, cross country ski, biathlon. He's got the bob luge and skeleton, Olympic short track, speed skating, Olympic ski jumping. That would be fun. Ski jumping, snowboard, Olympic freestyle, Nordic combined, curling, Olympic curling.
Sweet.
He's got the Winter Olympics 2018 for curling. I don't know anything about curling, but he's got the curling championships as well, along with Olympic curling. But he's got a bunch of Olympic winter stuff.
The amount of sports that he's done. Like I said, Roberto, what's your favorite sport? We talked about this last night. Did he tell you?
No, he didn't. I didn't ask him that.
I would just be very curious because obviously, we all have them.
Right.
I mean, what would possess you to want to do to make a judo game? I suppose by the way the cat is now dreaming on my lap, her legs are wrapped around mine and they are twitching like crazy. That was the year the Bruins choked in the playoffs. I love you, Stuart.
There were so many years the Bruins choked in the playoffs. Can you clarify, please?
Women's biathlon. Ooh la la. Kenny likes a woman with a rifle.
Women's curling, that Russian curling team, they have a calendar.
Do they really?
They do. They have last year they had a calendar. I got a good buddy of mine that loves curling, and he loves watching the Olympic curling.
It's one of the few sports that my wife likes. She doesn't really understand it all that much, but then again, I don't either. But it is fun to watch.
In fact, I took him to the Metal Church concert. Me and the wife and him went. So the three of us went to that Metal Church concert. And it was the way it was set up is it was like a small restaurant bar on one side, and then you walked into the music venue and you could go back and forth all you wanted. And so in between bands, we went in and sat and had a burger or a beer or something like that. He's sitting in there watching curling while Metal Church is on the stage. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, I get the curling, but come on, it's Metal Church. Come on.
You can hear the music.
I know, right?
You can hear it.
So yeah, I'm looking at it. So he's got so many things here. It's like, oh man, I better be careful here. I like the baseball game idea. I just have to pick a season I'd like and do that. The inning by inning stuff is kind of fun. And other Olympic games. Well, let's see what other Olympic games he's got, Ron.
Judo's the one I've seen.
Handball, Olympic handball. I played that in high school. That was fun. Volleyball, fencing. There we go. Rowing would be a good one.
Rowing I might actually get because, again, that's a time sport. I think I'm going to go for events that are timed.
He's got the canoeing and the archery. Archery might work too because now you're shooting accuracy, though. That would work.
I'd have to actually watch some archery to see if that would be doable. Again, it's all about the concept of time is easy to explain. If I do something in 4 minutes and 13 seconds and you do it in an hour, that's easy to explain because you fell.
Yep. But, shooting, boxing, Olympic wrestling, gymnastics, volleyball, badminton, sailing, table tennis.
Sailing I might get. Yeah, they do have Olympic baseball because it was an Olympic sport.
Yep.
So sailing, rowing, canoeing, I might do those because, again, that would be, as you said, okay, so we go out down to Lake Hippie-Ha-Ha for the rowing and do one of those. And I could see where that could be really fun. How you doing, Rob?
Hi, Rob. What was the rest of my list? Sailing, table tennis, judo, taekwondo, modern pentathlon.
He sent that to me.
Weightlifting. Dun, dun, dun. Equestrian. Guess what you'll never see on my channel? Polo and triathlon. So he's got a ton of games. Anything you'd want. Ron, you can have your virtual, I can't say Olympics, can we? Virtual Olympics going on.
I'm just not going to present it as an Olympics.
And so
steeplechase, that's part of the track and field.
Okay, yep, that would be
3,000 meters.
Dave says he has an archery game. I think it was from the same website that sells the wonderful payoff pitch. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, no, it's not going to be called that. It's not going to be called
that. That's not funny.
No, that's not.
And it takes away from, we're just trying to bring, it's a retro sports network. And so we'll figure it out.
And Rob's joining us. I was watching Rob earlier.
He was doing some NPNG earlier.
He's been doing a lot of stuff. He's doing some boxing. He's just been having some chats. His chats are fun. His chats are so laid back when you go into his room and everyone's just kind of chatting there. And we talk about everything. It's kind of like this right here. We start on one thing and we get off on a tangent. And somehow, some way, I always steer his conversations to hockey. It's kind of funny. I do. I bring up hockey. I do.
I can steer the conversation too. We can talk about the greatness of Steve Shutt.
I can also mute you. The retro games.
There'll probably be Winter Sports Showcase and Summer Sports Showcase.
I like the Showcase. The Showcase Showdown. Let's call it the Showcase Showdown.
There we go. And remember, now here's Baseball Demo's best friend, Bob Barker. Don't forget to neuter and spay your pets. Now,
Kenny's famous in track and field. Nice.
Kenny actually is a medalist in the World Transplant Games, if I remember correctly.
Nice. Good job.
I would not do figure skating because, again, that's a judgment game. And so, although I could, it'd be nice to be able to, can Katarina Witt win again?
But I don't know does he have figure skating? I wonder how he would work because
I don't know how you do it.
Because here's how I would do it: is I would roll the dice to see how good you did, and then I would have the judges all rated differently. And depending on how you did, you could roll the dice on a second chart to see what the West German judge gave you.
Could we do Tanya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan again?
Why? That was brutal.
I saw MLB did a game today using the show on their YouTube channel between the Dodgers and the Yankees. I watched about 5 minutes of it. And yes, David, it's always good to see Miss Witt. the pride and joy in my dating partner from East Germany as a kid. I mean, yes. The Russian judge. And so the chat room in that game was unbelievably obnoxious.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. But yes, the Trenton Thunder are playing their games using MLB Show, and they're doing it. I think the Red Sox are doing the same thing.
I put the tasty cakes up.
The Twins did their simulated opening day on MLB The Show with the radio people calling it.
This is what grocery stores used to look like back in the day, like 3 weeks ago. That's what I come around the corner and I saw that. And I was like, oh, man.
So did they actually have the figure skating game now that you've gotten my attention?
They did have a figure skate. Oh, let me check now. Figure skating.
Yes, Kenny, I've seen those pictures of the Klingon ships.
Various sports. 20. Oh, man. Now I got to find this stuff here, Jacket. I just downloaded it too. Oh, so he has baseball, basketball. Oh, winter sport catalog. Did I have the figure skating, biathlon, luge, speed skating? Yes. Winter Olympics figure skating volume 1, 1924 to 1972. A complete game with rulebook and data for replaying all Olympic figure skating events of the featured years, men's and ladies singles and mixed pairs. The game features a rulebook with basic and advanced game, option rules, and data for all the skaters that finished their competition, €10.
Okay, so Peggy Fleming.
Volume 2. But wait, there's more. Volume 2 of the Olympic figure skating game covers years 1976, there you go, to 2010.
Dorothy Hamill.
It is a complete game with rulebook and data for all skaters that completed their events. $10. Winter Olympics 2018, World Championships 2017 and 2018. A free demo with only the basic game. The complete game features also an advanced game available upon request. So for $10, you can do the 1976 through 2010.
Which includes Katarina Witt, Torvald and Dean. Yeah, no, I won't do it.
I was thinking about getting that just for some of that stuff. That'd be hilarious to do.
You could sponsor it.
I could sponsor it. We should all do that. We should sponsor Ron. Everyone sponsor Ron doing like figure skating for like 6 months. That'd be hilarious. Ron would be like, oh, here's more figure skating. I want to do baseball so bad.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Tanya Harding Arena here in Wisconsin, Norway.
Rob's going to take a carrot cake. Yep. Good to see Rob doing well.
Honestly, Robbie, you're watching results on an Excel spreadsheet. I mean, if there was any graphical thing, better looking than Tanya Harding. But Dorothy Hamill is definitely better looking than Tanya Harding. Dorothy Hamill was married to Dean Martin's son, the one that died. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Now, these are things that you don't hear on your local Fortnite streams, boys. If you'd watch the baseball ones, you'd know where that joke goes. Oh.
I know. I'm just teasing everybody now. Remember when the shells were stacked with Oreos?
That page Mom remembers.
But these games, Ron, sometimes a game strikes a nerve, and these games have struck a nerve with me.
I think I will get the ones that involve the timing events. I think that can make a good story. That really. To do just because it's easier to explain. Now, they're not going to go away. Who knows? I might buy the figure skating and gymnastics at some point. Ron would know his Sal Cow from his triple toe loop after 6 months of skating replays.
Should I put that one up?
The problem is that, I would love to redo Debbie Thomas versus Katarina Witt, but before figure skating got overrun by corruption, being serious here for a second, it really is a beautiful sport to watch. And you could tell.
Yes.
Peggy Fleming, Dorothy Hamill, Katarina Witt, Torval, and Dean, they did not get cheated out of what they deserved. They certainly gave the best routines of those particular Olympics. When that Canadian ice dance couple, we must have been sick. Oh, no, because it was in Salt Lake, so it was live in prime time, and Sarah was off. And so we watched the night that that the Canadian couple got screwed. And I'm not talking about in a way that's in a men's magazine either. They literally got screwed over by the judges. Yes, Miss Witt would always win.
Synchronized gymnastics. That'd be interesting.
I believe there's a few channels dedicated to that we won't get into. The pairs competition is always interesting. But yes, I mean, it used to be until the whole thing with Tanya Harding, just like, shut up. Just shut up, will you? But I'm not sure how Link. Kenny, it's 3/4 of the internet. I don't know how well that would translate. It's not that I wouldn't do it, because I think it could be, there's some good backstories there. But how do you say that when you rolled the dice for Scott Hamilton, how would you translate that into words? He rolled a 32.5.
It would probably be like the racing games. You said, is it like the golf game? Is it one roll for the round, or are you going hole by hole? So like if you're doing the racing game, if you're doing, if there's 5 laps and you got to roll once for each lap, then you could figure it out. So maybe there's 4 parts to the routine. You could be like, and now he goes off in the corner, he jumps up, you roll the dice, and it's a bet. Oh, he didn't come out of that jump very well at all.
I owe him an email, and I owe Big Clue an email. Big Clue, tell me specifically what you want me to respond to as far as Action PC Football is concerned. And because I'm not doing another stream after this, and so you are my primary responsibility tonight. I suppose he wanted me to send him a note before I order it again, and I'll do that tonight. A triple putts is an 11. Used to be there were 3 stages for figure skating. God, I can't believe I remember this. Go ahead, put up the long story thing. This one,
no, I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
Wow, Dave is being nice. I'm in for it tomorrow when we tape Digital to Dice. Used to be they were compulsory, so do a figure 8. And so the first part of the competition was you would do a figure 8, or you would do the pattern that they would set up for you. And that would be you'd be judged, whoever did that best. And that would be the first part of the, it was three elements of the competition. The second one would be the short program, which is that 3.5 minute or 2 minute dance number or whatever. Yes, I will continue. Thank you very much. Where you would have the artistic freedom to do it. And the thing that we all remember, Christy Yamaguchi, Oksana Bayul, if it pleases the court, yes. Okay, thank you, Big Clue. I'll take a look. Is a long program, and that's that last night 4.5 minute dance, to classical music number, and that's how everyone's judged, and that counts the most. They dropped the compulsories. You don't have to do the figure 8s anymore. It's much more TV friendly, but yes, I remembered all that. If it pleases the court.
Do you know what it's like to laugh and laugh and laugh? Yes. Yes, I do. Remember that when Raymond Burr was the judge?
That's right. Perry Mason.
Who is this wit? You guys keep talking about this wit.
Her up. Go Google her.
I'm going to have to do it later.
John. Oh, Big Clue. Yes, Johnny Weir does love the long program. Was that Ironsides or Perry Mason? Because he and Della Street were an item. He was banging the secretary.
He was in Godzilla. Perry Mason. He was in Airplane 2. That's all I know. That was a Disorder in the Court was Three Stooges. I remember that.
So, yes, Katarina Witt. And don't look for a modern picture. It's going to disappoint you. Remember, she was hot 30 years ago.
We all were. Really. We all were.
I was never hot. So let's not even go there. I wore hair, but I was never hot. And she posed for Playboy after the wall fell.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, demos. Okay. Yes, Perry Mason did have street cred. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
We should do a next topic. We should do TV shows. That was fun. TV shows would be fun. We did movies. We did some sports gaming stuff. I think we need to get on some old TV shows.
One year where TBS ran Perry Mason at lunch one
Really?
summer. And so my mother we would eat lunch and watch Perry Mason. It's amazing how tame those shows were.
Some of those shows do not hold.
Perry Mason, then go watch a relatively new episode of Law and Order.
Some of those shows do not hold up well at all.
I think Perry Mason did all right. It would have been better if they had been in color. But I think Perry Mason's hold up fine. The stories are good. And they were, of course, from the stories by Earl Stanley Gardner. So, and he was a script consultant, I believe, on the television show. Yeah. Yes, we did.
We did. Oh, Matlock. Boy, that's an old one.
I like Matlock. He's old and cranky. Yep, the Flintstones were on it. And Stuart, where are you from?
Bedrock.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because I used to listen to a lot of old-time radio on the satellite. Sirius XM, they have the old-time radio, The Shadow, but they have comedies and drama and you know.
Boston Blackies were pretty dark.
Boston Blackie, yeah, there was. Some of that, a lot of it was pretty good, but it's like the science fiction stuff. Boy, none of that stuff holds up anymore.
That's why you
got the
funny. Because for years and years and years on Channel 12, CFCF TV, the Flintstones were on at noon.
That's a odd time.
And the Flintstones would be on CFCF, and CFCF would get more viewers. And so when he said that, I kind of wondered if he was from Montreal, because that is so regional thing.
Usually, they would put the cartoons when the kids get home from school. That's why.
But apparently, there must have. I don't know if they just let the kids out at lunch. My mother didn't have when they had hot lunch. She'd come home. They didn't have hot lunch when she went to high school, so she'd go to her grandmother's, who lived downtown, and they'd watch Jeopardy at lunch, the original. That's right.
When I went to school, we didn't get lunches. We went all day without nothing. That's how it was.
Oh yeah, Burns and Allen.
See, I don't like them. They have the Burns and Allen on, and there's a few other ones there, and they don't date well for me. I don't relate well to them at all.
Jack Benny.
No. That
don't date as well, but the radio shows are fantastic. It's the original Seinfeld. It really was the show.
Yeah. It's so dated that I can't do it. You know, I like the sci-fi stuff there. You know, like Dimension X and X-1, and then a few others like that.
The radio era too. Those were from the 50s.
But they were so bad. It's like you tune into one. It's like the year 1988. We've colonized Mars. You're just like laughing at that. It's like, okay.
Where's my flying cars? No, I mean, there definitely are dated shows. And if you don't get the fact, if you're just flipping past Gracie Allen and going, what the hell is that? And not realizing that her dumbness was an act. It's not something that I would want to listen to every day, but once in a while you flip by, oh, Burns and Allen is on. Okay. So you weren't a big fan of the radio comedies?
No, I couldn't do the comedies. Some are okay, but most of those, they just don't hold up. And just my personal whatever. Like, so when I used to listen to all day long, I'd listen to old time radio when I'd work, and the space stuff would come on, and Boston Blackie, and the FBI stuff, and they've had all.
Original Gunsmokes on radio were much darker than the television ones.
Sometimes I get into the westerns. I wasn't a western guy, but sometimes I would. But just when the comedy come on, or the Jack Benny's, or the Gracies, I would have to turn away because I just didn't care for it. I just didn't like it.
McGee and Molly. Although you'll hear me say every once in a while, it ain't happening, McGee. But no, Jack Benny. Oh my God.
I
find him. It really was. I mean, it.
There was the place that I met my wife actually back in 1992, right here in town, was a Irish pub, and they've changed hands a couple times, and right now today the name of the pub is Fibber McGee's. Pretty wild, huh?
Now, Matt, big clue. I'm also a Red Sox fan from the 70s and 80s, and so there was enough drama growing up that I needed to escape.
Yep, I preferred the tragedy to comedy. Yep, all the times the Bruins and the Red Sox didn't make it. Yep. Rob likes Jack Benny on the violin.
Now, if you go back and watch the Bob Hope stuff from the 80s, it was bad. It was really bad, and you knew it was bad. But I've listened to a couple of the Hope shows, and they got away with a lot.
I always liked Soupy Sales and Nipsey Russell.
Yeah. Soupy Sales, New Year's Day, asking the kids to go to their mommy's daddy's wallets and send him pictures of pieces of green paper.
Oh, geez, I think I remember that. Yeah. The Fat Albert Band.
Hey.
That show was crazy.
It's Fat Albert.
That was a good show. Demos likes the roasts, huh?
Oh gosh, yeah, Rickles. I could binge watch those.
I remember back in the day, my mother wrote a letter to one of the TV stations complaining about Don Rickles. Wrote a letter. Now, this is before internet, obviously, but I mean, I'm writing a letter. She goes, I wrote it, put a stamp on it, and send it out. Don Rickles, blah, blah, blah. She sent him a letter right to the TV. It's too funny.
Yeah, hockey puck. Yep. And Nipsey was on a lot of game shows too, so you got to see some of those people during the day, and so it was a blast to see. I mean, Dean Martin obviously wasn't, but there
was a rotation of people that were on the game shows and TV, and that they just there was a pinwheel of people that you just recognized. Oh, yeah.
We talked about this the other day. Charles Nelson Riley, as Rob talks about it, and Brett Summers and Dickie Dawson and Nipsey Russell, who did poetry. Nipsey Russell and Margaret Thatcher were born on the same day.
Really?
Talk about two opposite ends of the spectrum there.
Remember, was it Fanny Flagg?
Oh, Fanny Flagg.
Fanny Flagg. She was like bottom left on the stage. Yep. Paul Lynde. Yes, Paul Lynde was a good one.
Where?
He was center, right? Paul Lynde. Yeah, he was funny. Talking Match Game. Was he on Match Game? Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was primarily on Match Game.
Yep, Gene Rayburn with that long ass mic. That was great.
That's awesome.
It was. He's like, why do I need to keep bending over? So he got the long mic. There you go. Genius. He was a genius. He was. So anyway, he was what?
He's from Massachusetts.
Was he?
Yes, Fanny Flagg wrote 5 Green Tomatoes, and after the game show circuit died, she wrote quite a few books.
Did not know that.
Again, stuff you don't find on your fort.
I wonder if I should try to write some books now that I'm unemployed, not getting paid. If I should try to write some books and sell some.
You should get together to do the Blue Pill Diaries. Yep, Betty White is the last surviving member of the original Match Game.
Oh, that's right. She was on the original Match Game, wasn't she?
I've seen the meme. It's funnier than anything with the secret NASA mission to send Betty White and Keith Richards off the planet to keep them alive. We must keep Keith Richards and Betty White alive at all costs.
There was a meme I saw. I didn't get it at first. It had all the Rolling Stones. It was like an old picture of the Rolling Stones. Not 10 years ago, maybe, So they're all old. And it's got all the Rolling Stones. They got their arms around each other, and they all get masks on except for Keith Richards.
I've told this before, and I'll tell it again because we kind of repeat stories now. My favorite Keith Richards moment. No, it's not a long story. Okay, I will continue. Maybe if it pleases the court, douchebag. So Keith Richards, one night in the 90s, Keith Richards was at the U.S. Open, the tennis. And the night sessions at the Open are my favorite because the crowd gets into it and it gets rock. It's New York. It's perfect New York. And he's sitting next to Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes. And Wallace has got his arm around Keith Richards, and they are having the time of their life swapping stories. It was just one of those absolutely surreal moments. Like, really, the straight-laced Mike Wallace and Keith Richards, and they are just having the time of their lives out there. Weird Wally was so weird.
How weird was he?
You could do better. When he went to eat Chinese food, he never used chopsticks. Instead, he used blank sticks. Womp 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 womp.
I'm gonna say hockey sticks, Ron.
Oh, Robbie's got a good one too. Drumsticks.
Okay. Oh, and there we go. APBA Chatter comes in. Okay. We're kind of taking a left turn here. Oh, Rob, a fish stick.
Yes.
It's match game.
That would be after everyone had matched on the first question, that would be your question. The one with 4 good answers. Like, oh.
Yeah, I know. It's like there was always one question like they had one answer, and then there was some other ones that had a ton of
one. Pixie Sticks, absolutely. Now, the key to that show was Dick DeBartolo from Mad Magazine wrote a lot of the questions.
I did not know that.
Yes. You're taking away all my stuff for future games, but it's not the same audience. But yes, Dick DeBartolo wrote for Match Game.
That's interesting.
Dumb Dora was so dumb.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was she?
Sanford and Son, that was a funny show.
Elizabeth, that's the big one, Elizabeth.
Yeah, there was some good stuff there. Fun stuff. So what do you think, Ron? You want to wrap this up? We've been going on about an hour now. We had planned on just doing a half hour tonight. We had a very lively chat tonight. We had some great questions. Rob provided that match game question was fun. We had some great answers. We had a lot of good chatter in here. We talked old time radio. We talked Flintstones. Excuse me. We talked all kinds of things here on the show. Trying to think what we can put up here for a banner here. How about the wrestling ring? I got a wrestling ring here. Can't really see it, but that was from the Fire Pro Wrestling. So
is that the rink you made? The ring you made?
Yeah, this is the Game Hounds ring actually, and I made a ton of rings. Because what's really fun about that Fire Pro Wrestling game is that you can create an image and upload it to a folder and then assemble the ring, and it comes out fantastic.
Yeah, you did a great job with those.
And it's really easy too. You can customize the ring, and it puts the banner on there, and it makes it look like it's all wavy and the whole bit. So, all right, Robbie, 1978 in Action PC and learn the players. Yeah, and Robbie, how's your you were doing the 72 Summit series?
Yeah.
Are you still doing that, or did you fade off of that? I was just wondering how that was going. Because that was I did my I love that. That was so fun. That was one of my best replays ever. That 72 Summit series.
I had a good game today between the Red Sox and the Angels, and it reminded me of how terrible my childhood was.
Was it 82?
78.
Oh, you're doing 78 baseball? Okay. 78 was my heyday. That was, I think I was in 5th grade. So Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I got all these new games I picked up last night, so I want to go do some of the golf and do the tennis. I should do the tennis first. He asked me to review the tennis on a video, so I should probably do the tennis and see if I can figure that out.
You were reading the directions to me before we went on, and that looks
it made a lot of sense. Yeah, it looked good. It made a lot of sense. It really did. Bob Stanley. What team was he on? 78.
The Red Sox.
Was he on the Sox in
He's
78?
only ever pitched for the Red Sox.
Huh. Did they have that guy that didn't wear a helmet, Montgomery?
Ned Barton and Bob Montgomery?
Bob Montgomery. Wasn't he the last guy to not wear a helmet while batting? I think
he might have been.
I think I heard that.
Grandfathered in.
Which is nuts now if you think about it.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, who's gonna throw at him? You know what I mean? He's an older guy. Bob Montgomery's like you're just not gonna throw at the guy, you know? He would go up there without the helmet.
Only 55 years after someone had died at that point, but
yeah, right.
There we go. There's a happy note to end on.
Yeah, way to bring us down, Ron.
Dave.
Now I got to put the Twinkies back up just to bring everybody back. So, anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap things up here, folks. Thanks for joining us here as we just do another nightly chat as we try to get through all this craziness that's happening, and hopefully we'll hit that peak they keep talking about, and for some of us things will get better. You know, the news wasn't all that great for me today, but I'm trying to keep my head up and I guess try to enjoy this time. There's really not much else I can do, so I'm going to play some games. I'm going to sit at the table. I'm going to play some games, and what I normally do is it's too bad you weren't going to do the train thing tonight, because I was going to set up the iPad and I was going to watch the train. And
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, you look pretty tired.
Yep.
So he said he went 15 games.
For tomorrow or over the weekend. We'll try that. So
Steve Sags.
All right.
In the park home run. Good stuff there. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, and hopefully we'll catch everybody tomorrow night, and maybe we'll catch one of Ron's trains this weekend. Oh, I have a Ratcast reunion Saturday afternoon, 3:00. I'm not sure. It's not going to be on my channel. I don't think. With Flinner, who's been on the show, he's organizing 3 or 4 of us that used to travel around the country together back in the mid to late 2000s. And to cover the roller hockey leagues, we went to California, we went to Vegas, we went to Florida, we went to Rhode Island, Long Island, Philadelphia, New Jersey. We were all over the place, and covering the roller hockey league that we did. And so he wants to get all of us on together and have a little chat like we're doing right now. So that is Saturday at 3:00. If you want to come by, I'll try to put the link. Maybe I'll put it on the Digital Dice. If anybody wants to come say hi and see what I used to do. It was when I did my hockey play-by-play. That's how I learned to do hockey play-by-play, was traveling around the country. I actually got paid to travel around the country, do play-by-play. Not a lot, but it was cool. And I did stuff, so it was fun.
Super.
Not sure I can simulcast. I think only one person can do the stream, but I can put the link if anybody wanted to come see it. I told him to get StreamYard so he could host it, so I could just kick back and crack jokes and not have to worry about doing all this other stuff. But anyway, thanks for tuning in tonight, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. And thanks to everybody that contributed tonight. Really, it kind of put a nice little bow on my day here. I had a yucky day, and coming in tonight and chatting with everybody makes me feel a little bit better and gets me excited to play some games. So Ron, thanks for joining me again.
As always.
And everybody else, will talk to you next time. Thank you and good night.